Hello and welcome back to another reaction to Fallout. I'm Madam Arm and today I'll be reacting to Season 1, Episode 5, The Past. Last episode we saw more ghouls. Lucy had to kill some that she felt really bad for. She still showed some compassion to our main ghoul Cooper, despite him selling her to get more of the stuff he needs to, stay not monstrous. And he traded her to sell her organs. Also, Lucy's brother and cousin have uncovered that Vault 32 was in shambles long before the surface dwellers got in there, or the raiders got in there, whatever you want to call them, and that the Pip-Boy used to open the vault from the outside was Rose McLean, so him and Lucy's mother's Pip-Boy. Crazy stuff, am I right? And we didn't have any of Maximus last episode, so I'm sure he'll be in this one. And yeah, I don't really have any particular predictions as to where this episode is going to go directly next, other than I think Lucy may meet up with Maximus again this one, since she was primarily with the ghoul in the last couple episodes. So, let's see.
Inside out, its guts were flying everywhere.
Oh my
I thought it was dead meat.
Oh.
I'm not officially your squire until you brand me.
It's late.
Come on.
They didn't do that before they sent you out.
I want you to. I want you to.
I guess it
please.
was kind of a last-minute replacement.
Alright. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh god. I know what I'm doing, totally.
Almost done. Hey, look. Before we go back to the base.
Congrats. Love life stuff? I don't care.
Oh.
What did you do?
Yeah, that's the question.
He's dead.
I should have known better than to trust him.
He didn't say that he would tell. Oh! Don't kill him. Oh.
Why don't you fucking brand me? That is.
Don't leave me here!
Stick your head's mine now.
Get back here! Please! Please!
Well, he is the only one who found it in an honest way. Well, that friendship was short-lived. Oh. Oh. Oh, he's never been more turned on.
Why can't you move?
Did someone stole my fusion quick, please?
Because I need my oil can.
Please let me out.
I've had a rough week.
Yeah. Me
He's
too.
not a trustworthy man.
Man I left with the glasses and the whole body.
Oh.
You have radiation sickness.
Oh.
Army started using these after the Battle of Anchorage. I've seen these in old engineering manuals.
Yeah, because she's a history teacher.
He's even got the tempered lining in this one, which is...
Oh.
Into 31.
Hmm.
But why? All I know is we're leaving.
What's going on in 31?
Yeah, people lived in those vaults.
What did you think was in them?
Monsters. That's what people say.
Well, maybe they meant that the people living in them were monsters.
In exchange for my help, then you'll lend me the services of 5 or 6 of your knights to save my father.
Maybe? Yeah, you can trust her. She just needs to be careful about trusting you.
Hey, it's your no hard feelings, Davey.
Very hard feelings, actually.
You know, I'm gonna vote for Betty.
I got that impression.
Can you tell me what's happened in the last 200 years?
What do you mean?
Just the last 200 years, like a quick rundown. I know about the Great War and the bombs falling. So, like, Earth is round, Earth is flat. Where are you guys at on that these days?
Some people aren't exactly in agreement.
It is my honor to
Who dat?
Why don't we all take a deep breath?
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We're gonna do this.
Sidestep.
And neither do we!
Either way, could we just give it a try? Please?
Walking fast, walking fast. Let's speed up that walk. Don't worry about, ew. Don't worry about, don't keep walking. Oh, get a good headshot there.
What's a fiend?
It's people who eat people.
Oh.
I hate it up here.
So does everyone else.
Ran a great campaign.
I know. Must have put 10 posters up.
You gotta do when you put a few posters up and let democracy run its course.
Middle school ASB
once.
elections.
I voted for Betty.
Yeah, you said you were going to. We believe you.
Powerful slogan.
It's a powerful slogan. Oh,
I think
God.
200 years of coincidence comes down to a slogan.
There she is.
Hello, Norman.
Steph, I actually was...
Did they
Just
say
hang
that
on.
in the first episode?
We'll pick this up
I
later.
don't remember.
Hey, sure.
Because it was like a trade.
How's Vault 31 different from...
What did your dad tell you?
Why can't you answer
Not
the
much,
question?
actually.
Mashed potatoes were a little better.
That is what my dad used to say.
I can't tell if she's being sincere or being suspicious.
Yeah.
What about Reclamation Day? It's Reclamation Day. It's what keeps us all going, and
It's not realistic.
it already happened without us.
Yep.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, it didn't work out.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah, does it look
Come.
great up here? No. Oh, is that exactly where it dropped? Okay. Oh, wow.
What happened?
It's the bomb, right?
we should keep moving.
Oh, because it was another thing. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
The head can wait. Come on.
Oh, wow. I did think when it hit him, like the blood that kind of spurted out was like a lot for just a graze.
Lucy!
Just being very erratic. And that's his bit. He's supposed to be the erratic one.
I am announcing a resettling campaign. Some of us will stay home to rebuild 33. Others will be moving into Vault 32 in the coming weeks to start anew.
What a
Okay.
Today
Oh.
I'm a part of you, dear. My lonely nights are through, dear.
So,
We have it here in Vaults 31, 32, and 33. 3 democracies in 3 vaults. Anything interesting?
Great job cleaning up. The raiders destroyed so much.
Because I buried her myself. Me and your father.
What is this place?
You're in the best place in the world.
oh. Huh. Are we sure that's the best place in the world? Oh. Stuff left. Hold on. The credits are very long. Anyway, okie dokie. Alright, well, that episode was alright. We didn't get any Ghoul, which is disappointing, but we got a lot of him last episode, and no Maximus, so we have kind of the reverse of that this time around. We actually, as I predicted, got to see some of Lucy and Maximus's dynamic, and it's a little bit like flirty and stuff. Not super flirty, but you can see that there's kind of like that attraction there because we know that they both have it for each other. And the thing about Maximus is it's like they're so close to like making him an interesting character. Like the bombs dropped and he has like all this knowledge of all these things that have gone on in the world that Lucy has no clue about, and his backstory could be sympathetic, but it gets kind of bogged down in like how he makes decisions, and it's like, how did you think your squire was going to react to you revealing that you were not Titus? Like, how do you think he was going to be about that? Like, good thing that you were being honest, but at the same time, like, how can you be surprised that you would be taken aback? And because this is very serious. Like, if Knight Titus isn't there, obviously something bad happened to him. And he didn't even say he was going to rat him out or anything. He just said that the Brotherhood would find out because they're the Brotherhood, and of course he reacts in a way that's not great, so it's kind of fair that he would just get left behind there once he, deactivated and left Maximus trapped. And then it was mighty convenient that Lucy showed up to save him. Considering she's tracking the head, not him, and he no longer had the head. The head was in the opposite direction of him. So, just those kind of TV conveniences that we need. but I love Lucy so much. Like, I think she's a great character, and I do appreciate that while she has to be tough, like she was killing those bugs so hard, and it's like, I'm just not sure if I should trust you and all that. There's still like a certain extent of not wanting to jump to conclusions about people that she's hanging on to. Unfortunately, she was wrong when it turned out it was fiends, but and it kind of shows that Maximus isn't a total idiot or anything. Like, he has a right to be suspicious of people that you don't know on the other side of the tracks. Um, but she kind of seemed a little. I have to be careful because I do really, really like this show. This is so fun, and I do think it's pretty well written. But to have maybe a nitpick or a criticism of it, she felt a little out of character in the last couple of scenes. Like, the idea that she's just like, I'm just going to go into the hospital. Yeah, maybe we could find medical stuff like a first aid kit. Of course I'm going to go in there kind of attitude. And then her being like, it's the greatest place on earth. We're in a vault. Like, yes, she said she hates the outside world, but at the same time, I think she would also realize that the naivete she had being in the vault was maybe a bit misleading. I don't know. But then she would be. I don't think she's seeing it that way. She's seeing it as they didn't know what they were thought of up there, versus that maybe some misinformation was purposely fed to her. So I guess it makes sense that she would just be like, oh, good, I'm back in a good place. But I don't know. Just her decision to go into the hospital like that felt a little out of pocket. She seemed off. And the fact that Maximus was the one thinking things through should really tell you something. Additionally, stuff going on down in the vault. It's kind of like one of those things where I can't necessarily think of this as necessarily a mystery show, even though there's a mystery happening in it. I don't think that the writers are necessarily like trying to drop hints for us to figure out what's going on episode to episode. Like, it's definitely, we get information as the characters get it. And this Vault 31 thing, I had no idea that it could be like a sinister thing until, you know, kind of last episode and definitely into this one. I just was like, well, the fact that it's pointed out on the poster would definitely mean something, but so it is very strange that every elected leader had been a transfer from 31, and it doesn't sound like 31 is, I don't know, if there's like a semi-close relationship between 33 and 32, you would think that 31, being in that little triangle, would also kind of have a little bit of this mixing together at times. But it might not even be like the same kind of vaults that 32 and 33 are. Like, maybe they don't even make crops and have like a little town in there. Maybe it's something else. It's a different kind of vault. And is this conspiracy like an actually sinister one? Or because Betty, who came from 31, is now the leader of 33, said she buried their mother herself. Is she being honest or not? And the fact that she says, with your father, tells me that the father is in on something weird as well. And obviously, we know he came from 31 as well. So, I don't even know what to make of it. I know it's something fishy. I know it's going to be important to the rest of the series, because like we're laying it out here that something weird's going on. People are we're gonna have to go rebuild in 32, and it's like I have a reaction to it. I know it's something serious, but I can't really predict necessarily what it is. And maybe people who have played the games and have more of a knowledge of what's in the different vaults, they have ideas as to what it could be, but I can't really predict how this is gonna unfold, because I feel like I can predict things with characters that I think I'm gonna be right as far as like their personal arcs and their personal growth goes, but I don't necessarily know how the overarching story for this season is gonna come about. So, though I will say on a side note that I do see some of that kind of like holier than thou, not realizing how condescending you're being kind of thing. The vaults again in this episode, like when they refer to the raider is that poor creature. And yes, that can just be a phrase, and I'm not necessarily saying be nice to the people that just murdered a bunch of people in your vault, but it's the way he says, like, oh, that poor creature, like in this like sympathizing kind of pitiful way, and it's like I think because you're still trying to be kind and be like, I feel bad for them, but calling them a creature, it's kind of like it shows you're not really seeing them as equals, like people in the same way that they are. Like just the assumption that we saw episodes earlier about, well, of course they didn't know better than to harm us, they're uneducated. And it's like those two really aren't the same thing. Plenty of educated people are violent, and those don't necessarily correlate. Like there can be some, or they could correlate, but correlate is not equal to causation. I don't know. It's definitely a bit of ignorance, and it's kind of like that sheltering, like people who have like privileged, sheltered upbringings. Maybe they're not necessarily trying to be like mean or thoughtless to more downtrodden people, but they just kind of have always lived in this bubble that keeps them from kind of fully understanding what other people go through. So they're just saying things that aren't meant to be cruel or condescending or thoughtless, but they just come across that way because they don't know. And we see that very much in the real world. We've seen that in more like realistic movies and TV shows of like, the pampered rich girl or something. So it's kind of like that, but to a much greater extent. But this was overall pretty good episode. I think I liked the ghouls a bit more. Next time I'll be reacting to Season 1, Episode 6, titled The Trap. Till next time, I'm still Madam Arm. See ya!